We're joined right now by Congressman Doug Collins, Republican from the great state of Georgia, Judiciary Committee, also Foreign Affairs Committee, and Government Oversight Committee. Hey, Congressman, how are you?
Great, Steve. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate it. All right, so tomorrow, I believe, the House will vote, according to what I've heard from John Boehner and the leadership, on a continuing resolution which will include no money or defunding Obamacare, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm thrilled because I've been hoping for this all along, but I'm surprised because the leadership, it appeared before Labor Day, wanted nothing to do with risking a quote unquote shutdown over defunding Obamacare. Am I correct?
Well, I think that was the public perception. I'm not going to still say that there is an appetite on leadership to shut the government down, but I want to remind all the listeners, neither does the House Republicans want to shut it down. We're fully funding it through the CR. We're simply saying we're shrinking it down, shrinking government, doing what we said we're doing, and protecting America from an awful bill, and that's Obamacare. So we're doing our job, and I think that was the argument that finally we convinced enough of us together, kept making that pitch, and the American people kept making that pitch, and now it's time for the Senate and Harry Reid to get out of the way.
All right, so on tomorrow you will pass that. Then it will go to the Senate, and of course Harry Reid said today any bill that defunds Obamacare is dead. He said, in case there's any shred of doubt in the minds of our House counterparts, I want to be absolutely crystal clear. Any bill that defunds Obamacare is dead. And then he added, for good measure, dead. So where will we be?
Well, I'm glad that Harry Reid has shown the American people that it is Harry Reid that is shutting down. If he wants to go into a mode in which he's not willing to look at what has already been said by his own caucus and his own membership in the Senate as being a train wreck, a bad piece of legislation, if he's willing to tell the American people that we know better than the American people to force this upon them when it's not ready, instead of funding the government, then congratulations, Harry Reid, you shut the government down, not the House Republicans and not the Senate Republicans. It is Harry Reid who should take full form responsibility, and he should just stand up there and say, I'm willing to shut the government down over a bad law.
Congressman, I feel like I don't want to say died and went to heaven because I don't want to do that yet, but I feel that way because this is what I've been hoping for weeks and weeks. I was saying, why can't the Republicans say it will not be us who shuts the government down? It will be them. It will be the president. And finally, this is what I'm hearing now. The president, for his part, has said he will not negotiate. And Ed Henry had a run-in, of course, with Jay Carney yesterday at the press briefing and said, but, the president has said he will not negotiate. So it will not be he that's closing down the government. I'm sure you'd agree. And today, John Boehner tweeted out a video that takes Obama to task for negotiating with Vladimir Putin, but saying, I will not negotiate with John Boehner.
Does that just not set up the perfect dichotomy when you have the president working with Putin but will not work with the Congress? I believe it's just an executive who believes that he has the best ideas for America. He has put forth those ideas, and he believes that no one should stand in the way. I just have a slight word for this administration and for the leadership in the Senate. It's called Article 1. Congress is going to be Congress, and we need to be a part of holding the purse strings, holding accountable, and taking care of not only funding the government as we should, but protecting Americans from a bad law in which the Democrats, not Republicans, I'll just use Democrat terms, it's a train wreck. It's not ready. We can do better. These are Democrat terms. I've just been listening to the Democrats. They convinced me it was a bad law, but I'd done it a long time before then.
Two quick ones because we only have about a minute and a half left. One, do you believe the Republicans will stick to this? I mean, if the scenario unfolds the way we're hoping it doesn't, but predicting it will, where Harry Reid and the Senate doesn't go along with it and the president doesn't negotiate, will you guys stick to this? And can you and the leadership articulate the way you have to the media and to the American people, in spite of the media, who are already blaming you guys, that it will not be you closing down the government?
Well, number one, let's take our victories where we're at. We're tomorrow getting ready to vote this on what you had said and many others said would never happen. Well, congratulations, America. It is happening because we listen to you and we're the people's house. So it's happening. So and the other thing is, it's time to go to the Senate. It's time for that, as I said, the Article 1 issue. It's time for the Senate to have this battle now. They have been wanting to get in this fight. Well, they're in the fight now. We're going to give them a chance to either stand behind a very bad law, or we're going to give them the chance to say, no, we want to push this very bad law on the American people, and also, by the way, we're going to try and shut down the government. From our perspective, what we need to do is we need to just continue to make the speech, continue to tell why this law is a bad law and why it does not need to be on the American people. We make that, then I'll leave the rest to everywhere else. But I'll go anywhere. I'll be on any show. I'll do whatever it takes to continue the message that it is not us shutting it down. It's the Democrats, and Harry Reid right now is a number one obstruction.
Thank you very much, Congressman Doug Collins. Really appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Thanks much. Take care.
Take care. All right, folks, there you have it. I'd love to hear from you on this. 855-777-9660 after the top of the hour. Give me a call. You agree with this on the Steve Malzberg Show, Newsmax TV and radio.
The Steve Malzberg Show.